in, and that is the ES. Just took a position here, a short, and I'm going to record it and make it available to you. Now, I'm using several indicators, and right here, using several indicators to assist me to manage this trade. So let's stay focused on the trade. The important thing here is that as I show these trades, is that you know that I'll come to realize that we know what we're talking about, irrelevant to what indicators we're using, because it's the ability to make execution, it's the ability to do what indicators tell us, irrelevant to our feelings. Most people do understand indicators. Most people do know how to use a Fibonacci or a MACD or a moving average. However, what they lack in is the heart to follow through on what the market is showing them versus in how they feel because of prior experience. Now at this point here, I know I got an area here, got another area here. This market can drop to this area here. It can move back up again a little bit more here, create a similar activity on this side, not necessarily the same exact, but because this is here, the market would come here, and again it can bounce around here before it decides which direction it's going to go. We tend to show people the tools we use and to prove to them that, hey, look, this works. And people tend to take the tools, duplicate them in their charts, and have no success, because you know, having a fast car, it doesn't mean that one could drive it. And being able to drive a car at 80 kilometers an hour, 100 kilometers an hour, it does not mean that the person can be successful and relaxed driving a car at 200 kilometers an hour or even 150. Indicators do their job once they are truly understood. It takes really a certain kind of attitude for one to evolve themselves, for one to develop the skills to really interpret indicators. And it is about interpreting. It is about interpreting. At this point right here, it's slowing down, but I still expect the market to come down further. So what we're going to do here is pause. Just pause and let the market do its thing. I'll be back here as soon as the market, I'll turn the video back on as soon as the market creates more of a move. And I'm expecting this market to have more downside. And again, a very profitable morning. And one of the tendencies is that we would do business with the market, be profitable, do business with the market again, be profitable, and most people tend to stay in front of the screen for hours on end, and eventually giving back to the market everything they received from the very first trade or few trades they done at the beginning. Staying in front of your screen, it's not the answer. Being able to do business with a market and being able to walk away that day is a tremendous lesson. And maybe you have had the experience where you are profitable in your first trade or two trades, to find yourself wanting more and giving it all back to the market and more. We understand We understand the behavior of a trader, and that's because we've been there, done that. Once you get to a level that you know that the confidence, the knowledge, the understanding is there, and that you are running the show, not some force out of control running the show, that you are really in control, then you could extend the time that you invest in front of the screen doing business with a market. You can extend that, but not until you are absolutely prepared and in total control of your actions. I speak with so many people who say, I don't know why I do that. They say, that's not what I want to do, and that's what I'm doing. There's a reason for that. I will pause the video, and we'll come back and look at the final product. Back over here, I mentioned to you that once we got to this area, the market could have a similar activity on the side, and it's doing just that. It's doing just that. When we're over here, I told you I expected more down, and then once we got to this area, that we still could have this kind of activity, and it's doing that. Why? Because that's what the indicators were showing me. That's what the pattern was showing me. How much is that worth to you to be able to know and to have a pretty good idea? So let me use the word, have a pretty good idea as to what's going to happen before it happens. What is that worth to you? How much money could you, as a trader who was looking for answers, have saved, just saving, by not getting stopped out in the market if you had an idea what the market was going to do next? And then, how much more money could you as a trader have made if you had the idea, or you could roughly see, even just roughly see, what the market is about to do before it does? What is that worth to you? How much more money would you have at this point have you really understood how the market moves this way? We'll pause the video and we'll come back and see what the end result of this whole play here. Now, as I'm looking at this trade here, I have in front of me 5 indicators. I have 5 indicators, and each one has a different time frame. So each time frame represents something, represents like an immediate, a few minutes ahead, a few more minutes ahead. For example, this indicator here can represent to me a few seconds, where the next ones I have here to my right that you are not seeing right now, it represents me, let's say, 3 minutes. The next one represents like 5-7 minutes. It all depends on the volatility of the market. And so what these indicators are telling me, this one here was telling me that we would have a pop, but the next one a few minutes ahead is telling me that pop is not gonna last. It will drop. Now, one of the most important things as you look at these is that the same way a person can change their attitude from being happy to being sad, or being sad to being happy, as this progresses, you watch the indicators, and the indicators can start giving you a different vision. Like right now, I just clipped off half of my position, and it's really slowing down here. I'm still expecting to come down. I'm still expecting to come further down, but now my boundary is set, so if it goes back from here, I'm out. I've just closed half of my position, and as I have, because the whole thing here is timing, and so I have 2 indicators here saying there's a potential pop, and it's not that I got at a great distance from my entry, so I'm going to book some profits, which I did, and let the rest here manifest. So right now I am with profits. I got over about a point and a half with profits, and now I can sit back and I'm satisfying the two parts of that most of us have. One of the parts is the trade, and I want to book the money, and so I want to get paid for the work I did. Now the other is the technical part of it. I'm going to sell it. I'm still going to let it ride it out. My third indicator is starting to tell me that whatever the drop here, we could have a significant pop. Well, we'll just wait and see. I'll pause the video. We'll come back and watch the results. Okay, as you can see, whatever the drop, we could have the pop. Back here I told you that my other indicator was telling me that whatever the drop, we could have a pop. And there it is. I'm going to finish this video here. I think this video has described to you quite a bit. One, the ability to get into the market on the edge. Two, the understanding of the pattern and what the market could do before it did. Three, I've just told you back here that whatever the drop, we could have the pop. Now, there is more downside to this, and I'm going to still hold my position and finish this trade. Either way, I've already made money. Either way, I will not lose money on this trade. So if it gives me more, it's just going to take a little bit more time. That's wonderful. If it doesn't, it's still wonderful because I'm still profitable. And with that, shalom.